Hey, this is Bergins, aka MK, and I'm about to show you how to get onto Red Winter, our Discord server where we play Cyberpunk Red voice games in a living community style or living world gameplay style. Basically, your character's progress carries over from game master to game master, from game to game, and you can have a little bit of downtime interactions with other player characters in terms of roleplay or in terms of buying and selling and having like a downtime economy. We do have some NPC services just so we don't block you out from getting things that you need, but it is mostly built around player-to-player trade and services. So, going right ahead, please make sure to read the rules after you join a server and choose the correct reaction to get through to the next part of the server. Once you've read the rules and clicked on the correct reaction, all you got to do is go to the Welcome Creation Rules channel, check our character creation rules document, and make sure to get the core rules book. Get the original book, whether it's a PDF or a physical copy from your local store, doesn't matter. I recommend just, support these people. It's an indie company, pay it forward, it's not that expensive, and you'll be using this for a long time to come. So if you click on this link, it'll take you straight to Drive-Thru RPG so you can get the PDF officially, buy it, own it, and then use it. And then download this character sheet that I programmed where the fields are automatically calculated and you can just type something and it'll automatically calculate for the rest of the sheet. And this is what it would look like. If you need help with that, feel free to go to Creation Support. And I would recommend going here anyway, checking the pinned messages, and using the linked PDF readers to be able to view this character sheet and be able to interact with it and not have it break using Chrome or whatever. Once you're here, all you have to do is input your stats, your handle, your role, aka like your attack, your role ability, like Maker, and then 4 to begin for your role ability, because we are using the complete package creation method, which could be found on page 42 of the core rules book. Simply memorize this and follow the flowchart, and it'll be very easy and straightforward. A couple of things to note, though, is that your stats can have only a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 8. And it has to be a total of 62 based on our creation method. The rest of the skills on page 81, where it tells you what skills you have and what not, I've already written this down here. So if you invest, let's say, 2 points into tactics, it'll automatically calculate here. And the rest of the points are pre-calculated based on what you're allotted for your primary skills, the things that you need to have. And if for your language, which is 4 points. Remember to write the language here based on your character's background. And your home can be found on page 310 of the core rules book right here. These are the different districts that you could choose as your expertise, basically. Where you're from. You'll have a local expertise and where you've grown up or where you've spent most of your time. And the hot zone parts are also available, but each one is its own district. Moving on from that, after you've spec'd out your character sheet, after you've written the types of weapons you want, again, refer to the core rules book, go to page 42, memorize that, very straightforward. Look at your inventory, buying stuff, weapons, gear, armors, fashion, cyberware. You have a starting amount of 2,550 eddies for all of your items, which will leave you with 2,430 after you buy an agent and a carry-all. If you want an internal agent, you can just replace this and fix the pricing here. Now, one thing to note, in Red Winter, we start every character with a reputation of 1. You can change this for your own home games or whatever campaign you're playing in. We also start you with an agent that is a requirement. Your home games might differ. Please fill in this information here. It helps GMs have a better idea of who your character is, what their goals are, and what kind of person they are. When it comes to fashion, please make sure to fill it in the sense of like generic chic top, how much it is, urban flash jacket, how much it is, and give us the total. You have a total of 800 eddies and on a use it or lose it basis specific to your fashion clothing or fashion wear cyberware. That's it. Not for enhancements, not for sculpting, whatever, because they don't fall under the fashion wear category or fashion. Your housing on Red Winter is Cube Hotel, which is 500 eddies rent, and your lifestyle begins as Kibble, which is 100 eddies. In total, you'll be paying 600 eddies every month after your first whole month or your first free rent call. When it comes to the role-specific life path, again, page 42, you go down to your life path, and then from here, as you're scrolling through it, it'll go to your role-specific life path. Please check it out. You can pick and choose or roll for this stuff. Same with these things here. You can pick and choose or roll for them or make up your own. These are guidelines that help you have an idea of what is expected here. The clothing style is based on the actual fashion in the game, fashion categories. Cultural origin based on what's in the book, and I would recommend you keep the language and cultural origin based on what's in the book, because then GMs would be able to actually bring that into play, allowing you to use your skill, not coming up with something so obscure that no GM will ever ask for it in a game, and then you say, oh, I've wasted points here. Not a thing you want to do. Your cyberware, make sure to check the category of the cyberware so you know where to write it, whether it's internal, external, fashionware, Borgware, or whatever else is here. If you put something like interface plugs and you need the neural link for it, click on that right there, check it. So when we look at your sheet, we know that you have that, and then you add your neural link here. The data, you can either write the humanity loss that you rolled for it, or just take the average when it comes to character creation. Rolling is only done after your first game, after you've done character creation. This is a general rule. This is not just a Cyber Red Winter rule. Over here, please write your cyberware as like cybernetic item name, and then cost, so like 100 eddies, for example, and then finally the humanity loss. So if I write something like cyber leg, 100 eddies, 7 humanity loss. This is just going off memory. And, of course, -2 max. Some things are -4. So let's say I got a Sigma frame, which is, by the way, not allowed as a starting character creation thing in our server, but just an example. That is 1,000 eddies, 14 humanity loss, and then -4 max. What this does is it allows us to just look at the total and calculate it against your humanity loss and humanity and the EMP, of course, once we check and approve your sheet. In addition to writing them here, of course. You need to have them here for your own reference, for future tracking, etc. Now, some things to keep in mind. Your humanity for every 10 is 1 EMP. Okay? So if you have 13, that's 1 EMP. If your maximum was 70 humanity, because you invested 7 points here, your maximum goes down by 2 for each cybernetic item that is available on page 230. It clarifies that you lose 2 maximum humanity for each item, and whatever the average is that is written per item, as shown here. This is raw, and a lot of people miss this. It's only written on this page in this table, which is strange, but I can't show much more of the book, but this little bit I probably could show. And please reference this. If it's you lose 4 if it's Borgware, you lose 2 if it's Cyberware, and just do your calculation based on that. Include it at the bottom here at the end so you can see it clearly, and we can see it clearly when we check it. And once you are done with all of that, you go to our character submission channel and upload your sheet here. You don't have to type anything, you don't have to write anything. Just send it. An administrator or moderator will see it. They'll remove it. Having seen your submission, they will remove it. They will ping you at checkpoint and let you know that your character sheet has gone through and give you access to the rest of the server. Finally, once you have gained access to the rest of the server, you will be given the player role, which will allow you to see the rest of the server channels, allowing you to speak on the server, etc. So I would recommend you check the signpost channel. It'll tell you what each and every channel does or has. And then you can go to bots balance inventory and check your inventory here by typing in =inv, or even better, go to the terminal interface channel under the data term category and just go to each of these different topics. It's a short read, player support document, short quick read, and you can go to the documents here based on which ones you need. NPC services, it shows you, it's really, if you click on this, it's really like a one-page thing, right? We just separated them into different forms. And then if you go to something like using the economy bot, and then you click here, you'll be able to see very briefly in one page everything that you can do with the economy bot and how to use it in our bots balance inventory channel. Finally, to roll dice, every dice channel has a pinned message explaining how to roll dice. And you can simply type !help in any of these dice channels or in the bots channel, !help, and you'll be able to see the commands available to you in this bot. This is a bot that is custom made. Myself and a couple of other programmers on the server helped made it, and I continued adding to it. So hopefully you guys find it easy to get into these games. Once somebody makes a post here, if you go to player role and you choose whether you're a samurai, a player who's experienced with Cyberpunk Red, or punks, players who are new to the system, simply choose that, and that's the role that will get pinged, as you can see here. So you'll either get pinged by your role ability or samurai and punks. Sometimes one of the two gets pinged based on the game type. Sometimes both of them get pinged because it is a game that is viable for either experienced or newcomer players. And the GM will have the time zone timestamp shown to you, that is shown to you on your computer, on your device, based on your computer's time zone. So this is for me, right? Everybody else sees something different. So always go based off of this time. It is a Unix time code. And then sign up here in the sign up channel by pinging the GM, making sure you read the gig post and read the requirements that they have to sign up. Just like here, to sign up, state which division your vehicle qualifies in, etc. So just write that here, ping the GM, write your response here, and they will let you know if you've been chosen or not. And a lot of new players having the punks tag, you're more likely to get into the game with that tag, because we want to have new players learn the game and give them an opportunity to play. And the best thing about the server is that, yes, it is a slightly gutter punk style. It is a little bit more difficult. It is slightly a longer kind of curve to progress with the character, but that's because we enjoy the longevity of having a character, and allows you to just enjoy the character as you go and truly feel the joy of progression. Additionally, you will have a free rent call, so you won't have to worry about all of that, and people will be able to help you. And we prioritize first timers. We prioritize spawn in. This is your spawn in characters, your first time spawn in gig. You will be prioritized over other players. And with the punks tag, the GMs are more than happy to slowly guide you and explain things to you. With the samurai tag, they'll expect you to just know things, and they'll just keep going and zoom through the game. That's it. I hope this wasn't too long of a video. Welcome to Cyberpunk Red on Red Winter. We hope you would enjoy it here and, make a lot of friends along the way and just enjoy your time, because what matters to us is the people and the enjoyment together that you get out of this game, as opposed to just rolling dice and superpowering your character. This has been Bergins, and I'll see you guys for the next one.